Hello there and welcome back to the channel. In this video, let's talk about the new banner that just dropped, Final Fantasy 9 in Final Fantasy 7 Ever Crisis. Apparently we're gonna have 3 of these. Oh god, go easy on me. I pulled, and it's gonna be hard for me to advise whether you should pull or not. We have 2 non-elemental weapons and general usage costumes, gear, whatever you want to call it, that are actually pretty good. But again, I think we're going to have other phases of this, and you know, this might be a situation where you pull for favorites, or you know, maybe you want to fill in that niche, you know, against bosses that have element resist. You know, bosses where you want to bring a non-elemental nuke. But there's more to it. Let's take a look here. All right. Yes, and of course you can check out my polls above my head there. I had some epic stamp luck. Okay, so Cloud comes in with a Zidane outfit. I like it. Looks really cool. We got a pair of jeans here and a vest. Cool. All right, the sword. This goes up to an absurdly high multiplier. Of course, you know, only whales are going to get this right now, and this is a limited banner. That's another thing to think about. This might be a reason you don't pull, or maybe it's a reason you do pull. Again, I'm not going to try to advise you because, you know, it's going to be really hard to get the overboosts on this. We're going to have to get to a point in the game where character-specific mats are like, you know, where we're just swimming in them. And it'll happen, most likely. This game kind of has been following in the footsteps of Nier Incarnation with the way things are rolled out. And, you know, it might take a year, but, you know, if you're a collector, you might want to grab it because it's limited. And they say it's limited, however, sometimes they have reruns. But because there's like the IP of FF9, that might be why it's limited. And yeah, it makes it tough. But this group of passives here is broken. Awesome P attack and you know, physical stance passive there. Very nice, very effective. So if anything, you know, very good sub weapon if you can get maybe at least a few overboosts. Let's see here. Yeah, OB6. We have, yeah, some good values, you know. So it's kind of like the Killer Hornet. And then his outfit also has that. So this is cool because it's like, again, general usage. So if you're using a different element, obviously if you're using lightning, you know, and you have that gear, you'll bring that. Water, you'll bring that. But this, you know, if you have your Cloud built and you just have him, you know, built for physical damage and you're using materia for fire or whatever it is, then this is going to be awesome. Wind, you know, any of those other elements, earth. In general usage, which in my opinion is a good future investment. Okay, Tifa has a little more utility here. She has a coming in with an Amarant costume. Interesting choice. I wouldn't expect to see that character, you know, among the first 2, but apparently we're getting 3 phases of this. So anyway, her weapon has a physical buff to self, and whenever there's a buff, buffing weapons are pretty rare. Like, so I definitely prioritized this in my stamps. Got a few copies of it. Stoked on that. You can probably see that up in the polls. And so let's see, at max we have 720. Pretty good. And unfortunately, oh, it does go to high potency. I thought it, okay. At base. And that makes me wonder, do you have to have OB6 for it to go to high potency? Or does that happen somewhere in the... Well, you know, we can find out. Why don't we go do some upgrades after this? Maybe we can answer that question. Okay, and then the same 2 passives. So, nice, powerful, good. And, you know, if this isn't appealing to you, then don't feel bad about skipping. It's really hard. We're getting a lot of banners. If you're free to play, you really got to prioritize what you need fill in the gaps of what you need. But, you know, try to predict, you know, if you really care about the ranking events, you know, the banners that lead up to it usually have the stuff that you want in that event, as we've seen. The last one, you know, maybe you skipped that Aerith staff and Aerith costume. I didn't get it myself, and then I was kind of like, would have liked to have used it. I did get the Sephiroth Wind stuff though, so that was pretty good there. So yeah, let's head over and upgrade that weapon, because I can get a few overboosts on it. And then maybe we can answer that question, because high potency is where it's at. And I like to get it unlocked first so I can see what it's doing when I overboost it. So we've reached the point in the game where the honeymooners have dropped off, but still seems like we have a very robust and healthy player base, especially based on the competition in the last ranking event. The game is very grind heavy, which turns a lot of people off, and that's understandable. For those that are patient and wait it out, quality of life will alleviate that eventually. Just like in Nier Reincarnation, we have skip tickets. But for now, we are grinding in this game. So it would be really cool if that unlocked even at 1 overboost. I really hope so. You see here, we're at mid. Let's do an overboost. Looks like I can only do 2. Still mid. Ouch. Yeah. Oh, I don't think it's coming until OB6. Oof. Oh, that's rough. It's really hard to OB6 a weapon. You gotta wail hard. So, okay, now you know. Oh, most likely OB6 is needed for that high potency. Otherwise, the mid's still going to be pretty effective. So, of course, this weapon can be compared to Sephiroth's Aonibi, which is very effective. And if you already have, like, you know, the Wind Fist for Tifa or something for her to do damage, then this is going to be a great offhand weapon. And again, for me, it's like future investment. I don't know what's coming for her later. She might get an amazing elemental weapon, a physical elemental weapon on a future banner, and then you're going to wish you had this as your second weapon. So those are my thoughts. Again, I'm not going to advise whether you pull or not. You really have to figure out if you know, these are limited. Like, is it a turnoff that is so hard to get overboosts? Or are you a collector and you want to get it while you can? That's what you need to ask yourself. Choose wisely. I wish you the best of luck in your pulls. Thanks for watching as always. If you like what you see here, throw a like and a sub on it. And hey, maybe even a super thanks. That would be awesome, but not necessary. I really appreciate all of you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.